to a video where I'll be teaching you the basic skills of touch rugby. Touch rugby is a minimal contact sport which can be played by anyone in the world. It is played by men, women, and children of all ages in any place in the world. It is very attractive to the rugby coaches and the players itself because of the core skills it develops and the level of fitness it encourages. This sport was created in Australia in 1963. It was played as a social sport and was used as a training technique for the rugby leagues across the country. Touch rugby is usually played in the summer months because the weather is more favorable and the bright evenings enable the people to play after work. Touch rugby is played across 50 countries in the world and with most prominence in Australia. In Australia, there are about 500,000 registered touch players, 400,000 school children, and also about 100,000 casual players playing the sport. The Federation of International Touch is the governing body for the sport, which organizes all the championships in the world, such as the European Touch Championship, where there are about 900 players, 53 teams, and 70 referees across Europe playing this competition. In the UK, any form of rugby where a touch has been placed off a tackle is usually called touch rugby by the players who play it, leading to a wide variations and the playing rules adopted by schools and the rugby leagues across country. Now let's move on to learn more about the sport. Let's have a glance at the basics of touch rugby. The picture on the right hand side shows the perfect touch rugby field. The touch rugby field measures 70 meters in length and 50 meters in breadth. There are no goal posts as kicking is not allowed in this sport. The blue arrow represents the in-goal lines, which are 10 meters from each end, and the yellow arrows represent the score lines, which are 5 meters from the in-goal line, and the white arrow represents the halfway line. What is a touch? A touch is on any part of the body. There are 6 touches available to one side, and the possession of the ball is given to the defensive team following the 6th touch. Touch rugby ball. Touch rugby balls are oval in shape and are slightly smaller than the rugby league balls. The official rugby size is 4. Playing numbers. There are only 6 players on the field at any point of time. In a game of mixed touch, there must be a minimum of 3 female players and 1 male player on the field at all times. Playing positions in the field. Generally, the team is split into 3 positions. Number 1, the 2 players on the either edge of the field called wings. Number 2, 2 central players called the middles. And number 3, the 2 players between the wings and the middles called links. Key roles of touch positions. The 2 wings are to score touchdowns and defend so that the players cannot score outside of them. The wings are usually the fastest runners in the team, must be reliable catchers, and have good anticipation. The 2 middles are to drive the ball down the field and to close down the defense. They are normally the fittest on the team and must have fast response and reaction skills. The 2 links are to set up scores and attack moves and to control the defense line. They are usually the fast accelerators and must be evasive. Duration of play. All the games will be 40 minutes duration, consisting of 2 halves of 20 minutes, and there's a 2-minute halftime break. Official touch competitions have women, men, and mixed grades. Let us look into some of the basic skills. Cap. The game is started and restarted after each try is scored and at the start of the second half with the tap on the halfway line. The attacking player places the ball on the ground, takes both hands off the ball, and taps it with their foot. The ball may not travel greater than 1 meter before it is picked up cleanly by the attacker who tapped it. Other than this, there's no kicking in touch. Roll ball. A roll ball is performed when one of the following takes place in the game. Number 1. When the possession changes after the 6th touch. Number 2. When the possession changes after the ball hits the ground. Number 3. When the possession changes when the half is touched whilst in the possession of the ball. Performing a roll ball. The ball is placed on the ground between the legs with the hips parallel to the scoreline being attacked. The hips must pass over the ball before it can be picked up by another member of the attacking team. Note: the ball cannot roll back more than 1 meter when it is placed on the ground and it cannot be delayed. Now let's go through the attacking skills. Initializing the touch. The tap is a skill used to start the game and also used to restart the game after half time. To execute the skill, the player must place the ball in the penalty mark in front of them. Then the tap is performed by an attacking player placing the ball on the ground, touching the ball with their foot, then picking it up and playing. After the tap is performed, that particular player runs forward with the ball and takes the touch. This is where the player from the attacking team with the ball goes forward. This process is called initializing the touch. Dumping the ball. After initializing the touch, the attacking player places the ball on the floor within one stride of where the touch was affected, with the hips passing over the ball parallel to the score lines. Scooping. Right after dumping the ball, the attacking player steps forward in front of the ball and moves over the ball to the side to give enough room for the person picking it up. The next attacking player from the same side of the team scoops the ball. The player runs towards it and then places the left leg in front of the ball. The player bends down while running, slightly leaning towards the ball. It is then picked up with the opposing arm with a scooping motion. As the ball is picked up, the other arm is used to stabilize it. Now the pass can be immediately made or carried on running as the dummy half. Passing the ball backwards. After the player from the attacking side dumps the ball, another player from the side runs towards the ball and picks it up. After this, he or she makes the pass with two hands moving across in front of their body. This skill is called passing the ball backwards because the attacking player is only allowed to pass the ball backwards to another player. If the ball is passed forwards, then the possession is changed and the ball is given to the defending side. Let's have a glance at the defensive skills. Making a good touch. When the attacking side makes the tap for the start of the game, the defending team must be at least 10 meters from the point of tap. After the tap is made, the players on the defending side must run forward towards the attacking player while the defensive player in level with the ball carrier makes the touch. Running back quickly. After making a touch, the defending team must retreat the distance the referee marks, at least 5 meters from the mark where the touch occurred, and stay there until the half touches the ball or until the referee says they can play on. It is considered as a good touch when this is accomplished successfully. If a player does not retreat the entire distance the referee marks, they are considered offside. If a player makes an attempt to defend while still inside the distance, they will be penalized. Scoring. A try or a touchdown is scored by a member of the attacking team as long as they are not the acting half, placing the ball in a controlled manner over the scoreline they are attacking. As there are no other ways of scoring points in touch other than a try or touchdown, each score counts as one. The team with the most scores wins the game. Penalties are awarded for: number 1, excessive swearing by a player in a game; number 2, making a forward pass and using excessive force to make the touch; number 3, a touch and a pass where the player is touched and then passes the ball rather than executing a roll ball; number 4, falsely claiming a touch has been made. Referee. Touch must have at least one referee to rule the important games, but most major games feature one central referee and two sideline referees who interchange roles repeatedly throughout the game.
However, in a social game, there can be either one referee controlling the game without the help of sideline officials, or two referees controlling the match and alternate between the role of central referee and sideline official. Clothing. Men typically wear light clothing such as t shirts or polo shirts and shorts. All shirts must be numbered. Women generally wear lycra bike shorts and athletic briefs. Footwear. Players normally wear soft rubber cleated shoes similar to those used in other grass sports such as cricket and field hockey. Screw in cleats are strictly prohibited, though molded sole football boots may be worn. If you want to know more about this sport, there are links for some of the suggested websites and names of interesting books to read, which are listed below. Hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching.